Welcome to the next lecture on characteristic function and its properties. Welcome to the next lecture on operations on single random variable expectations. In this lecture, we'll study about characteristic function and its properties. So, in the last lecture, we have seen moment generating function. So, in some of the cases, moment generating function does not exist. So, it may not give us a valid result. So, in that cases, there is another function named as characteristic function. So, characteristic function, it is like in the frequency domain, whereas moment generating function, it's like time domain. So, it is like time domain, but it's actually not time domain. So, we interpret in that way. So, it is mx of t. So, that's why I'm saying it is time domain, which is equal to integration of minus infinity to infinity. You already know what is the formula for moment generating function. So, moment generating function in general, we write it as integrated with respect in the place of x, we write e power tx and the density function of it. We have to do the integration with respect to dt, and we have to replace the x. When if we compare this with a mean or mean square value, we'll write here moment, but in moment generating function we use the exponential term. So now when I want to calculate a typical distribution called as Cauchy distribution, so this Cauchy distribution has a probability density function of 1 by pi divided by 1 plus x square. So if I take such a distribution and if I calculate the moment generating function, this will be equal to infinite, so which cannot be defined. If you do the integration, we'll end up with infinity. So you cannot calculate the, so if I want to know the moments of Cauchy distribution using moment generating function, you cannot approximate it. So in that cases, we go for characteristic function. So you have to remember that moment generating function is mx of t, whereas characteristic function is something else called, which we use a symbol phi. Okay, so phi of omega. So that's why I'm saying it is like frequency domain. So m phi x of omega is equal to exponential of e power j omega x. So in the place of tx, in the place of t, we have here j omega. So if a random variable does not have any well-defined moment generating function, then we can use characteristic function. So characteristic, in the same way, if we want to calculate the characteristic function of Cauchy distribution, how will you do that? In the place integrate, because it's a continuous random variable, x is a continuous random variable in Cauchy distribution itself is a continuous. So we integrate it with respect to e power j omega x times the density function 1 by pi by 1 plus x square, and if we do that, then we know the moments. Okay, where what is j? J is actually the we already know j is a j square is equal to minus 1. So j is equal to square root of minus 1, and omega is just a real number. Okay, so what does it mean? Phi e power j omega x is a complex valued random variable, isn't it? So e power x j omega x, so it's a complex random variable. So coming to a complex random variable, if you see the properties of this complex random variable, we already know it. When I apply any modulus to the complex random variable, it is nothing but e power j omega x, which is equal to square root of sine square theta plus cos square theta. So sine square x plus cos square x, which will be equal to 1, because e power j omega x is nothing but we write in terms of sine and cos, sine theta plus, yeah, so that you have to do the magnitude, then it will give you 1. And coming to phi x of omega, so phi x of omega, if you do modulus of it, what does it mean? It is always less than or equal to 1. And coming to the properties, so properties, I have just given you only the main properties of the characteristic function here. So the characteristic function has similar properties to that of the moment generating function. For example, if x and y are two independent random variables, in that case, if I want to calculate the characteristic function of sum of random variable x plus y of omega, then we have to replace, you know, phi x of omega is e power j omega x. In the place of x, just substitute x plus y. So e power j, you will get e power, just see e power j omega x plus j omega y is nothing but you can split it out as e power j omega x into e power j omega y. So you can apply the expectation to individual functions because it is independent. So because they are independent, I can split the expectation into the product, which gives rise to e power j omega x is phi x of omega and e power j omega y is equal to phi y of omega. So it is same as the function, the property which is being applied even to the variance. You remember that sigma square x plus y is nothing but sigma square x plus sigma square y. So variance, the same property is even applied here when x and y are independent. So more generally, so same thing, you can extend it to n random variables. So if x1, x2 and so on xn or n independent random variables, so if I take n independent random variables, then the same property applies here, phi x1 plus x2 and so on xn of omega. So you can do that, which gives to phi x1 of omega. So because they are independent, it leads to the product of all the individual characteristic functions. So with that, we'll end this lecture. Thank you.